2M0 JVR.
2M0 SPP returning. Yeah, no problem, Victor. Yeah, it could very well be something like that if you're downloading something. It may be using up the bandwidth on the network, on your own network. I think that's easily done. But anyway, yeah, I hope you get it sorted out, and I hope that maybe try it better later when your download's finished and see what happens then. Anyway, all the best. Nice talking to you. Catch you later.
Yes, all the best. 2M0 is clear. That's the thing.
3 spec.
JVR, that's it, wrong, 2E0 ZMX. Yeah, you've got 39% packet loss, so I think it's definitely due to you downloading your photographs there. Name is Mark in Fairham, Hampshire. 2E0 from 2M0 JVR. Many thanks, yes. A 20 gigabyte of pictures from my home PC once it's back here, and I think that is causing my issue. But anyway, thanks very much for the information. Thanks for coming in. 2E0 ZMX 2M0 JVR. Yeah, no problem at all there, no worries. Just thought I'd let you know, but hopefully you'll get that downloaded in the next half an hour or so. Sounds like some big files there. 2E0 ZMX, going back to monitoring. This is Mark in 2M0 JPR clear.
G4 Papa, Echo Fox in London, listening UK hub. Anybody about? Over. G4 Papa, Echo Fox in London, listening UK hub. Anybody out there? Would love a report. G4 Papa, Echo Fox in London, listening. G4 Papa Echo Fox in London, Post Office Research Station, listening for any contact. G4 Papa Echo Fox in London. Anybody about this evening? Where's everybody got to? Over.
Well, hey, good evening. This is Kilo Charlie 6, Victor Hotel Golf in Fishers, Indiana. Can you hear me?
Oh, hello. Very good afternoon. G4 Papa Echo Fox. I thought all the amateurs had been taken away by aliens. Hi. Anyway, lovely to hear you. Thank you so much for your call. You sound as though you're sitting next to me. My name is Winston. I'm in London, northwest London, and I'm at a stroke A location, which is 1.5 miles away from my home, which is the Post Office Research Station. It's a regular haunt of mine. Many years ago I actually worked here, but it's in private hands now. Anyway, we're running the Motorola GM4600 to a small indoor Diamond X30 collinear, and that is transmitting about 50 foot away in the building to a micro hub which works for All-Star and Echolink, and I'm on All-Star, of course. I've been on All-Star for about a year. I absolutely love it. Met loads of nice people. You can find me on QRZ, of course. And I've been licensed since 1974. Lovely day in London, quite hot. Temperature's been up in the 70s, sort of 22 Celsius kind of thing. So pop it back, and hope you and family are well. And I don't think we've worked before. G4 Papa Echo Fox, over.
G4 Papa Echo Fox, Kilo Charlie 6, Victor Hotel Golf is the call sign. The name is Desmond, Delta Echo Sierra, Mike Oscar November Delta, Desmond. And I'm located in Fishers, Indiana, just outside of Indianapolis, home of the Motor Speedway. I don't belong here, I'm visiting. I'm from San Francisco, but I work for a technology company that makes a voice badge, which is essentially something that you link to your phone, and then it's a bit like All-Star. The server's in the cloud, so everybody can talk, just like we do now, push to talk, let go to listen, one to many, except it leverages the internet to reduce the need for a license or any expensive infrastructure and whatnot. Anywhere your phone will go, you can talk. I'm doing my pitch here. We are at a hackathon, and what we're doing is there's this event here where they're having programmers who don't know each other for the most part all show up to basically a big timed out, let it drop. They show up to a big party, get together in groups, and come up with ideas for applications. And this one's being sponsored by public safety. So first responders are coming, are building their own broadband network, and they're having these guys come up with ideas for applications for police and fire, first responder services to use on phones. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just have to pause in case any breakers. G4 Papa Echo Fox. Well, it's nice to meet you, Desmond, and first time. Hope it's the first of many. As I say, you can find me on QRZ, and what an excellent idea. And a hackathon. Wow, I haven't heard of that before. That sounds absolutely fantastic. Well, I've been retired now for 16 years, although having said that, I still do pretty much a lot of the same things I did when I was working. Scientist and musician, and also involved in photography on the technical side and fine art. And I still produce pictures, still produce music, and I still do some scientific research under contract. So very fine. And I love the radio. It's the only thing that I've had as a hobby that I've stayed with for many, many years. I've played about with other hobbies before, but as I do this every day, I don't call it a pastime anymore. I call it a way of life. Started back in 74 with HF and then went VHF, UHF and so on. HF now is pretty awful at the moment, and the noise in London is quite horrendous. So I've gone quite big time into various digital and analog modes through the internet. And on the analog side, we've got All-Star, Echo Link and IRLP with hotspots, which I love. And on the digital side, we've got Fusion, Wires X, D-Star, DMR Brandmeister and DMR Plus, all on hotspots, apart from DMR Phoenix, which is aerial to aerial through repeaters. A lot of fun, absolutely fantastic. G4, Papa Echo Fox.
Okay, well, real good, Winston. I'm going to cut you loose, see if you can find anybody else out here in the woodwork. Got to get back to work, but it's a pleasure hearing you and making your acquaintance, and maybe we'll do so again sometime soon. I was looking for an all-star linked repeater in this area because I wanted to link back to my friends back in San Francisco, and the first one I found, what do you know, they're hooked up to the HubNet. Nice to hear you. I'll let other folks work you. This is KC6BHG 73, and so long.
G4 Papa Echo Fox, it's been a real pleasure. I hope we meet again soon. I wish you the very best, 73 and 88 family. And if you like pictures, I've got a big exhibition that opened last Saturday. Last Saturday, 8 days ago. And if you look up microscope-microscope.org, you'll see my name on there. Loads and loads of photos. In fact, there's about 520. It's the biggest exhibition I've ever had. They're all medical and scientific, but they're turned into fine art, and it's a lot of fun. I wish you the best. God bless to you and yours, and here's to the next time. G4 Papa Echo Fox, Post Office Research Station, Northwest London.
BEF M1 VIP.
Oh, thank you for coming back to me. That's M1 something. I didn't get the rest, though. My old ears and brain that leaks. Hi. Anyway, the name here is Winston, like Winston Churchill. And we're at the Post Office Research Station, Northwest London. That's 1.5 miles from my home, which is in Willesden Green, Northwest London. And you can find me on QRZ. And I've been licensed since 1974, and coming up to about a year on All-Star, which I really love. So nice to hear you on. Hope you and yours are well. Pop it back and see who you are and where you are. G4, Papa Echo Fox, over.
G4 BEF, this is Mike 1, Victor India Papa M1 VIP. Very idle person, the name is Andy. Just doing a quick radio check. I'm coming through on RF into GB7HN, so I guess we're on the hub network. So yeah, just heard your last conversation, quite interesting, but I'm just doing a quick check, can't keep it too long. From Mike 1, Victor India Papa, and I'm in West Manchester.
Okay, G4 Papa Echo Fox. I think you said the name was Andy, but I might have misheard you, but you can correct me. Oh, well, the radio sounds fine. Everybody today, I've worked a few people since I've been here for about half an hour, sound as though they're sitting next to me, and I really like All-Stars, absolutely love it. And it was set up for me by PJ G7RPG in Plymouth there, and I've got his micro hub, and I'm transmitting today with a Motorola 4600, and I've got a sort of X30 Colinear, but it's indoors. Of course, I use it for repeaters as well, and I run MB7 Alpha Whiskey Echo as my link. I run it on All-Star Echo Link and RLP, a lot of fun, and I'm transmitting to the micro hub, which is about 50 foot away in this quite large building and its own grounds. And fine on everything. Yeah, sound absolutely fine. No problem at all. And, you know, considering the distances, you in Manchester, the other guy was there in Indiana, considering everybody sounds as though we're all sitting around the table, I think that's fantastic. G4, Papa Echo Fox.
BFM1 VIP. Yeah, we tend to leave a 4-second gap. There's a bit of a hang-up on the links, as you can imagine, with All-Star, D-Star, even DMR. There's everything on this one. So I am actually going RF into GB7HN. It's a friend of mine, Steve, M0HOI's link. So he's only about 8 miles from me, so I can get in there with the radio quite well. Okay, thanks for that, Winston. Lovely first name, I like that. You probably get lots of nodding dogs sent to you, not sure. I'll play. I'm just doing a quick radio check before I shut everything down here for the evening. Over.
Yep, G4 Papa Echo Fox, back with the pause. Well, I never had the pleasure of meeting Winston Churchill. I was named after him, so I was born in 1940, you see. I'll be 78 in July this year. But love to have met him. I've met the Queen and various other members of the royal family in the course of my work, but didn't meet that gentleman whom I would have liked to. But there we are. It's all good fun, isn't it? Anyway. Looking fine. I don't have an all-star repeater in London. Crackers, isn't it? I'm in the capital and we don't have loads of different types of repeaters. But never mind. The hotspots are where I like to run it. Very reliable then. So I wish you all the best and thank you for the contact. And I hope we meet again. As I say, you can look me up on QRZ. G4, Papa Echo Fox, Post Office Research Station, North West London.
BEFM1 VIP. Okay, thanks for that, Winston. Love to contact you. Of course, first thing I'll do is now Google you on the QRZ database. 73, take care, M1 VIP. Clear in West Manchester, UK.
Yeah, roger that. Well, when you G4P final, there's a photo of me in my white tuxedo, and it was taken 11 years ago by a friend of mine. I don't think I've changed all that much, just got a bit older, and I was giving a vocal performance, and I put that on there. It's such a nice photo, and a bit different from the usual stuff you see with people with aerials sticking out their heads. Oh, and incidentally, is it Steve H.O.I.? I never remember people's names. He's also a very good friend of mine. I know him very well. All the best. Never met him, like to have done, but a bit far away. All the best to you. G4 Papa Echo Fox.
For BFM1 VIP. Okay, 73. A final. I don't like doing that normally. Yes, Steve's a good friend. A near neighbour, and also he was a member of our West Manchester Radio Club. So yes, he's helped me connect the rest of the world without the use of DV megas, etc. Although I do use those. 73. Send them one VIP now, sir.
G4 Papa Echo Fox from 2 Mike 0 Juliet Victor Romeo USL.
Oh, hello. Very good evening, G4 Papa Echo Fox. I got a feeling we worked before. I seem to recognise the voice. I might be wrong, but I can't remember the name if we have worked before. But anyway, the name is Winston. We're at a Stroke A location, which is a regular for me, the Post Office Research Station in northwest London, and that's a mile and a half away from my home, also in northwest London. And we're running here with a Motorola 4600 to a X30 Colinia indoor aerial up on the inside top floor of the building, and that's transmitting to a micro hub from G7RPG, absolutely wonderful bit of kit, which is about 50 foot away in this quite large building. And I've been licensed since 1974, and I've been on All-Star now for about a year, I think. Really love it. G4, Papa Echo Fox, and I hope you got nice weather and you and yours are well. Over.
G4 Papa Echo Fox from 2 Mike 0 Juliet Victor Romeo. Yes, indeed, Winston, we have spoken before, but I think it was quite a considerable time ago. I think it was back in the days when the CQ UK room was first set up, and I was talking to you perhaps on C4 FM at that particular time. Tonight I'm speaking to you on a TYT radio, a DMR machine, into a TV4 Mini. I wonder if I could do an experiment with you, Winston, because I'm listening to you in stereo. I have in my other hand an FT2D radio, which is connected to my own gateway, and I'm in the process of downloading some huge files from an indoor PC here to a PC in my shack. So if I could pass it back to you briefly, Winston, and the next time I come back, I'll come back on my C4 FM radio into my gateway, which is linked to 41461, I think it is, and it should come up on this node. G4 Papa Echo Fox from 2 Mike 0 Juliet Victor Romeo.
Oh, fine on that, G4 Papa Echo Fox. I thought we worked before, but I can't remember the name. I just recognise the voice, and I'd be delighted to help you with any experiment. And of course, this particular radio is DMR, and I can get into various DMR repeaters here. So, and I've also got 2351, which is the DMR link to Wires X. So if you want to do anything like that, just let me know. I've also got a Zum spot here that I also got from Peter, but unfortunately it works at home on Brandmeister and DMR Plus, and it used to work here, but I'm on Virgin at home and this router is on BT, and I don't know why, but it won't work. I can't get it to work here at all. I've also got a DV4 Mini. I find it a bit unreliable, and I tend to use a DV Mega, which is extremely reliable, but I don't have that with me this evening. The problem with that is it requires me to plug in a computer to use it, and I got fed up plugging the computer over here. That's why I bought the Zum spot that works on Pi-Star, as unfortunately it won't work here, and I don't know why. It used to, and now it won't. But there's no port forwarding involved, so I don't really understand why. But anyway, there you go. As long as it works at home, the kit works, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, but won't work here. Anyway, we've got DMR and we've got All-Star here, so that's enough to go along with, I guess. G4, Papa Echo Fox, stand by for you.
G4 Papa Echo Fox from 2M0 JVR. Okay, Winston, Hope this isn't too broken up, because I'm speaking to you on an FT2D into my own gateway at the moment, and if the audio sounds very staccato, perhaps you can tell me. So I'll pass it back briefly, and if I am broken up, then I'll come back to you on DMR. G4 Papa Echo Fox from 2M0 JVR.
A G4 Papa Echo Fox. No problem at all. No problem. No breakup. It is not staccato, not detached in any way, shape or form. And you sound as everybody else has tonight. You sound as though you're sitting next to me. And we've had stations from Manchester, station in America, and a few other people. And now you're in Scotland. So no problem at all. It sounds great. You haven't got any worry with that. G4 Papa Echo Fox.
G4 Papa Echo from 2M0 JVR. Winston, my name is Victor, and you've made an old man very happy, Winston. I was born in the same year as yourself. I heard you mention earlier that you were born in 1940, so I'll be 78 in November. So there we go. Wonderful experience to contact you tonight, and I very much appreciate your help in allowing me to communicate on E2D via my own gateway. And I'm pleased that the thing is working well. I was rather hoping that would be the case, but I am, as I say, in the process of downloading a huge 20 gigabyte file from a PC in my home to my PC in the shack, and I thought it. And
G4 Papa Echo Fox. There was a little bit of interruption there. I don't know whether you let go the PTT or something, but that's the first time that's happened. But I got everything. And yeah, well, good luck with that. Crikey, 20 gigabytes, did you say? Wow. Oh, that is a big file. Goodness, I wonder how long that will take to download. But, well, fine on being contemporaneous with me. I'm just a few months older than you, not much. Say my birthday's in July. And if you like music, and I think you might like the sort of things I like, I've done a hell of a lot of recording. And if you look me up on QRZ, I do a lot of photography as well. All my music and all my photos are either on PDF or MP3 files. And if you drop me an email from QRZ, I'll, find my email on QRZ. I'll send you some tracks and some pictures. I don't mind you copying them, and you may well enjoy them. G4, Papa Echo Fox.
G4 Papa Echo Fox from 2M0 JVR welcomes me back on my DMR radio because, yes, I suspected that would probably be broken up. As you say, 20 gigabytes is a fatal file to download, but I suspect that it may cause us a bit of breakup. However, having said that, Winston, many, many thanks for the contact, and we have spoken before, as you say, and I have sent you my email, and you did very, very kindly send me the music files, which my ex-wife and I both very much enjoyed, I can assure you. But as I say, that was a couple of years ago. So, listen, I'm not going to hold it, because at the time I was the shack locked up and getting indoors for the evening. So, many, many thanks for your help in doing this slight experiment, shall we say. G4 Papa Echo Fox from 2M0 Romeo 73 Winston. Thanks again for your help.
G4 Papa Echo Fox. Well, it's been a pleasure, and if I can do anything more to help, drop me an email if you want me to come on and sked at some point, and I'll be available tomorrow, no problem, at home, and could help you with pleasure. So I wish you the very, very best 7-3. 88 the family, the X-Rail there, and we'll look for the next one. I hope it's not quite as long. And I'm so glad that you got the music and you enjoyed it. That's what I like to hear. I like to share. Don't like to sit on things I do. And yeah, in the last couple of years I've been producing. And last year I made my 70th anniversary CD. 1947 when my first 78 RPM 10-inch came out. Right through 78s and LPs to CDs. And 2017, 70 years later, still recording. But I don't think I'll be doing any more now, but it was a lot of fun while it lasted, and 70 years is a fair old stint. All the best, it's been a pleasure. Keep well. G4 Papa Echo Fox, Post Office Research Station, North West London.
G4 Papa Echo Fox from 2M0 quick final. Okay. Some many thanks for the QSO, and you're making me reminisce here when you talk about 78 and one thing or other. I've been involved with the radio and television industry all my life, and I was particularly involved when the CD came around, perhaps was it late 1970s if I remember rightly, and I've been involved with digital technology. I'm totally fascinated by it, and that's why I'm using particular. I didn't have an amateur license until 7 years ago, not because I was a founder member of local Murray First Club way back in '62, but I had absolutely no interest in transmitting. But when I moved away from this part of the country, came back about 7 or 8 years ago, a very good friend of mine who was also a founder member said, look, you must get an amateur radio license, which I said, okay, if I can set the foundation and intermediate on the same day, I'll do it. And that's how I came to be in the radio this evening, Winston. So, wonderful to speak to you. I'll look forward to the next time, as I say. And as far as the visual technology.
Good evening. The time is 8 o'clock p.m.
Correction and etc. Things that make sequence such a pleasure to DMR. Dare to say that. G4 from 2M0 JVR.
G4 Papa Echo Fox, final, fine on all that. Well, I love these digital side of things. I've got analog and digital radio through the internet, and absolutely fantastic. And you know, it's I would have come into amateur radio much sooner if I'd have known about it, but I didn't find out about it until about 1968 when I was working in a particular hospital medical unit, and met a chap who became a lifelong friend. He's a silent key now, and he had a radio in the car as a listener, and I loved it. We both took the RAE together in 1974. And fortunately we both passed it, and the rest is history. So there you go. But if I hadn't had that job, I wouldn't be chatting to you now. But lucky for me, I did. Anyway, all the best. It's been a pleasure, and we'll certainly look for the next one. Keep looking after yourself and the family, and I hope I say it's not going to be another 2 years. G4 Papa Echo Fox.
G4 Papa Echo Fox 2M0 JVR. Okay, Winston, many thanks for that. You look after yourself and look after the good lady there. I heard you saying this afternoon you were the carer, so I wish you all the very best, Winston, and I do admire you for what you're doing. G4 Papa Echo Fox from 2M0 JVR. Somebody say, Winston, and thanks very much for your help. 2M0 JVR now going clear. Bye-bye. The Michael Chat on the
Golf 1 in Yelima Fox, checking access.
The station checking access. I'm afraid that you were too quick with the call sign. This is 2 Mike 0 Juliet Victor Romeo QSL. This is 2 Mike 0 Juliet Victor Romeo. I'm conscious of a couple of stations keying up, but no indication on my radio as far as ID is concerned. Would anyone like to go again, please? 2M JVR listening.
M0IQ 2E0KWH.
GM7 BEC from 2M0 JBR. US out.
Logically, November Hotel Golf. Mark 6, November, Hotel Golf. Do you copy? Mark 6, November, Hotel Golf. Nothing heard. BCRLiveStream, BCRLiveStream, BYU Mobile.
Good evening. The time is 9 o'clock p.m.